Hey everybody, welcome to Seared and Smoked. I am Keegan, and today we're revisiting one of my favorite subjects, and that's pizza. So today we're actually going to look at the pizza sauce. So I've had a few requests on what do I typically do to make pizza sauce, and I'm going to give you two recipes that I use. One's a little easier, right out of the pantry, and the other just using a couple fresh ingredients. Also extremely simple. Either one of these you can throw together in a few minutes and then keep in the fridge for pizzas later that week. Or you can freeze it and use it, a month later. So let's get down to business. We're gonna make the Pantry pizza sauce first. This is delicious, easy, still tastes pretty fresh. Good go-to pizza sauce when you're in a pinch. So let's check it out. Okay, so this first pizza sauce recipe I love. All it really requires is a really good quality crushed tomato sauce or tomato puree. So we are using this Jovial product. You can find this at Whole Foods and Amazon, other places as well. It's not crazy cheap, but it is really tasty, and it's a good base. So we're going to use that to get started. Add that to our dish here, and then basically we're just going to use a few ingredients. So we're using oregano. So this is just dried oregano here. And I just like to take a really big pinch of that. And then we're going to take basil. Really big pinch of that. And then we got our red chili flake. Nice little pinch of that. I do a couple. I like a little heat in there. And then we just got some granulated garlic powder, and I just do a little bit of that. And then some fresh ground pepper. And I usually like to lay this on fairly heavy just because I like things that are got a little more heat, a little more kick to it. So you can tone down the pepper and the chili flake. That's fine. And then kind of the surprise ingredient is just using some red wine vinegar. I usually just buy kind of stock red wine vinegar, store brand, and then you just want to do a little dab in there. You don't need a lot, but that's just going to give it a little more depth of flavor, and just gives a little punch too. So that's kind of the secret. Now we just need to stir this up. And it's a nice, you can tell how fresh this sauce looks. It's just really nice and bright. It's got a little, little bit of, little chunkiness to it, which is fine. And what I like to do is just stir it up, and then the next day you can just taste it to see if you want to add any more seasonings to it. But I try to make it a day in advance, let it kind of marry together, and that's a nice, tasty sauce for your pizza, and it's really, really easy. Give it a shot. Now we'll move on to our second sauce, which is also easy, but just slightly more fresh ingredients. Okay, so the second pizza sauce recipe, also really easy. We're just gonna use a nice large can of organic whole tomatoes. I got some of the juice strained, about half the juice strained out of here. And then we just have some nice garlic. And we got some nice basil there to work with. And we're still gonna add some pepper and also some chili flake. So just go in with our tomatoes. And we have just about one really large clove of garlic, or a couple smaller cloves of garlic. And a handful of basil. I don't go too heavy on the basil. And then a bunch of ground pepper, because I like ground pepper. But you can go easy on it if you want. And then another big pinch red chili flake. And because we got the whole tomatoes, I just use this nice little, like this little Cuisinart. It's like, I think it was only like $20, maybe $40, and it works awesome. I use it for all sorts of things. So, and then we just plow away through these tomatoes. And this one I like to taste before I add anything else to it. So sometimes I'll add a little vinegar to it as well. But super fresh tasting. And it's got a little bit, you can already taste a little kick from the chili flake, and it hasn't really marinated in it too long. So this one I also like to let sit for about a day and then taste it when you're gonna use it and add a little more of this or that to it. But that's a winner on any pizza. So check it out. And this actually makes quite a bit of sauce. So what I like to do is just buy some of these cheap storage containers and then just ladle it right in there, because you don't really need a whole lot of sauce per pizza. So fill up about 3 of these guys. You're good to go for, 3 different pizza making sessions. So save it, use it. Nice cheap way to go. Nice fresh tasting sauce. Can't beat it. We'll see you next time. If you like what you saw, give me a like, maybe subscribe. Tell me what you're thinking about. Leave me a comment. Let me know your pizza sauce ideas. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Catch you next time.